So in this video I want to talk to you about a native plant that's found throughout the UK but also through Europe, which is a really good component for any hedgerow or scrubby wild area, and one that will absolutely benefit so much wildlife. Now, from the great specimen behind me, which is almost a standalone tree now, you can probably guess I'm referring to dog rose, which of course many of us know as the native rose throughout the UK. There's two roses actually in this family. There's a dog rose or the field rose, and they're both very good for wildlife, quite similar in their appearance and their rambling habits. But yeah, what a great shrub these are. Now, as you can see, this time of year it is covered in these brilliant red berries, which of course are a vital resource for a lot of our birds, particularly our thrush species. So visitors from Scandinavia, things such as the redwings and the fieldfares, and of course our native bird species, blackbirds, and also song thrushes, mistle thrushes, and that sort of thing as well. So really good as a berry for those birds. And in particular, my favourite bird that I've ever seen on one of these was actually in my previous garden, where I planted one of these as a little 2-foot whip, and it ended up being, you know, pretty much a 3-metre high rambling beast of a plant, but absolutely covered in berries. And it did bring the one and only record of a waxwing into my own garden, so I was absolutely chuffed to bits with that. So yeah, a great variety of birds that can be attracted to the berries of these shrubs at this time of year. Now, it's very lethal in its thorns, so be warned, you want a bit of space to let this one go, or let it ramble through a hedge, because it has got these great thorns. But of course that makes it very appealing for a lot of our nesting bird species, because it will provide great cover for them, so they're less likely to be predated from cats and that sort of thing, particularly our smaller bird species, which obviously have an open nest and will nest lower down in scrub. Things such as blackcaps, willow warblers, robins, song thrushes, dunnocks, that sort of thing. So really good security for a lot of these birds for nesting potential. But in the spring, it also has another quality when it comes into its own, when it provides these gorgeous light pink coloured flowers, which are absolutely beautiful. And I've got a clip that I'll put in now of the dog rose that is in my own garden, and I mean, it's an absolute beast of a tree. It is pretty much a tree. It grows to about 12-15 foot tall, and every year I cut it back, it puts on about 6 or 8 foot of growth, no problem in a season. So yeah, allow a bit of room for this plant, and it will sucker as well. So if you've got it in a border, don't expect it to stay as a particular standard sort of stemmed single stemmed rose. It will want to spread, so allow a bit of room. But it is a really fantastic plant, and as I say, the flowers are loved by bees and a lot of other insects, so a really good one for our pollinating species in the spring months, particularly sort of early May, when it is an absolute profusion of colour. As I say, I'll put a clip in now of that, because it's just a great addition to the garden. In terms of where you can plant one, obviously, as I say, they need a bit of room, so it's good to plant one in a hedgerow mixture if you've got one actually, or let it ramble up through some existing shrubs where you don't mind it sort of becoming part of the shrub itself, because they will really give off such a great perfume as well, and also just look brilliant when they're in full flower. And you can plant them almost anywhere in the garden. They'll grow in most soil types, and certainly in semi-shady positions as well. They'll obviously prefer a bit of sun to flower, but they will take a bit of shade, no problem, as they are almost a woodland edge species. So dog rose, if you haven't even considered one, I strongly recommend you do. They're a brilliant component for any wildlife garden. And of course, if you've liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be sure to bring you more updates of what you can plant in your own garden to benefit wildlife, some of the habitats that I'm creating around the UK, and many more info to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.